Okay, thanks for your patience, loves. Well, hello and welcome. It's Madeline here. Thanks for joining me on this glorious day. Um, so today we're talking about what is anxiety? Where does it come from, right? And this topic came to me because I went to dinner with one of my girlfriends recently, and I hadn't seen her in a while. And so I'm telling her that, I've left my corporate gig and I'm doing my own thing now. And she didn't know that. And her face lit up and she got this big smile and she says, "Oh, so you have no stress anymore." And I must have made a face because and I thought, really? And then she thought, "Oh, now you have different stress, right?" And I said, "Right, sort of." But it got me to thinking about how a lot of us think that, stress is outside of us, and it's the stressful situations that cause our anxiety. And although that there are circumstances that are stressful and they're really just triggers to the emotions that are inside us, right? So what does that mean? It means that we can't control what goes on outside of us, but we can control our own responses, right? So just like, I changed careers, but that doesn't mean that stress goes away. And I'd like you all to just take a moment now and think about, what are your stress triggers, right? What are your stress triggers, right? Because we often think, oh, this job is stressing me out, I'll get a new one, right? Or maybe I'll change departments and and that'll make things better. Or my partner or my family makes me crazy when they do XYZ or don't do XYZ, right? And if I could only get them to do XYZ or stop doing XYZ, they wouldn't make me crazy anymore. Or, I had a loved one who was, afraid of flying. So flying makes me anxious. So I won't do that anymore. I'll just go where places I can get to by land or by sea, and I'll avoid that anxiety. But that's really not a beautiful way to live, is it? And we really want to live beautifully. So what is anxiety? Where does it come from? And the bad news is that it comes from within, right? From our past memories, actions, past actions that lead to memories that lead to our desires or our fear, right? And it's just fear. And you're thinking, oh, Madeline, really just fear? Yes, it's fear. So let's identify it and get a handle on what it is, because once we, pull back the curtain or uncover the truth on something, maybe it's not as scary as it used to be. So anxiety is just fear, right? Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of being embarrassed, fear of making the wrong decision. And, the list goes on and on and on. And we have this voice in our head, which is not our higher self, is ego saying, oh, I did that wrong. Or I'll never be that. Or I can't do this. Or things are never going to get better. I'm never going to be able to overcome my anxiety. I'm never going to be able to get past this overwhelm. And that voice is not you. That is your ego voice, which feeds on the lower brain, the reptilian brain, which needs fear it reacts to fear, right? Your reptilian brain is always looking for danger. And, we all know that we all find what we go looking for, right? So you find the danger and then you're afraid, but we come together, right? What we want is we want to respond from our higher brain or our higher self, right? Not from that. We don't want to be reacting to the fears of the lower brain or the reptilian brain. We want to be able to choose our responses from our higher self or our higher brain. And I know that in the moment, it may seem like in an anxious moment, in a fearful moment, in a stressful moment, it may seem like you're not able to make that shift or to make that choice because you're so overwhelmed by the feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, fear, whatever, stress, whatever you call it, that you just react. And that may be true in the moment, especially if that's the place that you're used to coming from. But that's why a regular meditation practice is so important, because it's that regular meditation practice that expands our awareness so we're able to notice when we are being triggered as opposed to just being sucked in to the reaction. And again, I gave us this, this little process a few meetings ago or in recent meetings that stop, right? Stop, and stop is the acronym for the process, right? So S is for stop. T is for take a breath or take a few breaths, right? Just that focusing, changing your focus to your breath automatically starts to move you into expanded awareness and turns on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response versus fight or flight, which is the sympathetic nervous system. And then O, right? Observe the situation, observe what's going on, observe our thoughts, make the shift, and then P, proceed accordingly, right? Again, I know in the moment you might seem like, I can't do that, right? You just get sucked right in, but that's where a regular meditation practice comes in, because it expands our awareness and gives us the ability to, one, notice when we're being sucked in or when we're being presented with a fearful or a stressful situation or a situation that will trigger our reactionary or stress response, and allow us to choose a different response instead, right? And move from the lower reptilian brain to the higher cortical brain so we can respond accordingly and not get sucked in to whatever the triggers are, right? And the triggers are different for everyone, right? What might stress me out might not stress you out. For example, like delivering a baby, just to put it in perspective, right? Delivering a baby. If someone were to go into labor in my presence all of a sudden, I think I'd be a little stressed out. I don't know about you. I'd be a little bit stressed out about what should I do to make sure that this lady and the arriving new human would be okay. But a doctor or a medical professional would probably be pretty calm, cool, and collected in that response, in that situation, and would have a calm and collected and appropriate response, and would be able to help the lady and her new baby. So that's the good news as well, right? So I said the bad news is that anxiety comes from within, and the good news is also that anxiety comes from within, because when it comes from within, that means that we can change it, right? That we can change it, that we can choose a different response, and that with practice, a regular practice, we can eventually not be triggered by what used to stress us out at all. And I know that I know this to be true, because some things that used to stress me out don't stress me out anymore. I'm able to respond calmly and coolly, and I want the same to be true for you as well. So with that, let's prepare for meditation and expand our awareness and build the aware response muscle, as opposed to, and push down the reactionary response. So let's prepare for meditation and let's get comfortable. Okay, sitting with our spine straight, sitting in a comfortable position. Maybe your legs are crossed or in a 90-degree angle. And just start to notice the inflow and the outflow of your breath. In and out through the nose. Eyes are closed, right? Maybe take a couple of deeper than normal breaths. Maybe a deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through an open mouth. Helping turn on the parasympathetic nervous system with that constriction of the back of the throat. Again, deep breath in through the nose, out through an open mouth. And now let's begin the silent repetition of the mantra. So, hum. So, hum. Think so on the inhalation. Hum on the exhalation. Or not, whatever's comfortable for you. But silently repeat. So, hum. Without moving your tongue or your lips. A repetition of the mantra is gentle and relaxed. There's no need to force or concentrate. Just think it easily and effortlessly. And when your mind drifts away, because it will, just notice and gently return to so, hum. You may notice that the mantra changes, gets faster or slower. You may lose it altogether. It's all good. Just notice and continue with so, hum. Now let's continue meditating gently. I'll watch the time and let you know when to stop. Enjoy. Continuing with your eyes closed. Stop thinking the mantra and just sit easily. When you're ready, when it's comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Was the meditation comfortable?
Yeah.
Good. Facebook friends, you have to type in the chat. I can't see you unless you type in the chat. And even then, sometimes I don't see you. Any thoughts, comments about the anxiety within?
I feel stressed that the meeting's over.
I'm sorry?
I feel stressed that the meeting's over.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. That's so sweet. Robert's stressed that the meeting's over. I'm sad that the meeting's over. Thank you. But there will be another one next week. And if you join my Facebook group, I'm talking to my corporate friends, Facebook friends, you know, I'm in there every day these days because we're having a 7 Spiritual Laws of Success challenge right now. And that's a lot of fun too. So, and I also want to say to my corporate friends and my Facebook friends in general, right? If you're ready to kick anxiety to the curb, if you have real anxiety, not the anxiety like Robert is expressing right now, not that it's not real, Robert, I offer a free 45-minute break free from anxiety call. If you're ready to kick it to the curb, we should chat. And I'll put the link in the Facebook group and the links at the bottom of most of my emails as well. So wishing everyone a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for meditating with me today. I'll see you all again soon. And until then, I'll see you in the gap. Be blessed.
Bye now.
Namaste. Bye, everyone. Thank you. You're welcome.